welcome to another DVD video. Tonight I'm going to be talking about the dark side of my DVD collection. Not particularly scary movies. Well, they are scary, but not in that way. I'm going to be looking at some of the worst films ever made. I don't know if they're the worst films ever made, but they're certainly some of the worst films in my DVD collection, as you shall see. We'll start off with Alien vs. Hunter. No, not Alien vs. Predator. Please don't be confused. The people who made this film would like you to be confused and to buy this thinking it had something to do with Alien vs. Predator, but in fact it doesn't. This is made by a production company called Asylum Pictures, Asylum Home Entertainment in fact. And these guys are well known for making things called mockbusters, which are basically rip-offs of the latest blockbusters. They release a cheap, shitty cash-in film when there's a popular film at the cinema, and hopefully, I guess they hope that people will get it confused with the official film or think it's somehow related, but of course it isn't. I had this imported from America because I was really curious. I'm a big fan of Alien vs. Predator and the Alien and Predator franchises in themselves, so I was interested to see what these guys would do with it. And the answer is these guys shit all over both of them. It's one of the worst films I've ever seen. The cover looks promising, this creature design looks quite cool, although it obviously doesn't give you any kind of real indication of what the aliens look like. The aliens in this look like really badly computer-generated spiders with kind of plastic heads. And the Predators look absolutely nothing like this. I don't know who this guy is because he's not in the film whatsoever. The guy who plays the Predator kind of creature in this film is a about 7 foot tall guy wearing a sarong and kind of a cloak and what looks like an upside down fruit bowl balanced on his head. And no, I'm not making it up, and yes, it is as shockingly shite as it sounds. As you can see, this is apparently the ultimate Alien vs. Predator, so it says there. It's pretty shameless. Certainly no qualms about ripping them off directly. From the special effects masters of Fantastic Four. No, not the Fantastic Four films that were out at the cinema fairly recently. This is the 1990s Fantastic Four movie, which never even got a release, I believe. Because it was so awful. Have a look at it on the internet, it's quite funny. Special features, it says there's a commentary on this and a making of, but there isn't, so you know you're really working with quality when there's DVD features listed which don't even exist on the disc. The cast are absolutely awful. They look like they're making up most of it as they go along. There's no real direction. I've read stories on the internet. Apparently the guy who directed this just used to come in, sit down in the corner and play on his iPhone and tell everyone to get on with it. That was his form of directing. And it really shows in the film. Seriously, this film is so bad it will make you ill. I swear I had diarrhea for about 3 weeks after I saw this. And even the presence of Dee Dee Pfeiffer, Michelle Pfeiffer's sister, can't save it. It is bloody awful. Aha, and more bloody awful for you, Captain America. I mentioned this briefly in my superhero DVD video and said that I'd be talking about it again in the future, and here I am talking about it again, the film that I simply can't escape. I saw this when I was much younger, in the early 90s, on video. I used to rent it all the time and actually thought it was quite good. And so I tracked it down and managed to track down a bootleg on the internet because it's not officially released on DVD. That should have been a clue. But I managed to find it on bootleg DVD and thought, oh, excellent, I'll sit down and watch that. And my God, my childhood memories were absolutely raped. I honestly, I don't know what I was thinking. I must have had awful taste as a child. It has very little going for it again. The special effects are awful. It looks like it's made on practically no budget whatsoever. The guy playing Captain America couldn't act his way out of a soggy bag. Basically, it just looks absolutely, his costume looks absolutely ridiculous. You can't really convey the sense of how ridiculous it looks from this photo, but when it's in motion it really does. It's not helped by the fact that for some reason they didn't cut holes for his ears in the costume. Instead they had plastic ears stuck on the side, and it's very, very obvious. And his catchphrase in this film is, I think I'm going to be sick. Well, it's not a catchphrase, but he does say it a few times to get himself out of situations. Like if he's in a car with some baddies and he wants to get away from them, he's like, can you pull over? I think I'm going to be sick. And they do, and he gets out and runs off. And he does it a few times throughout the film. So I think he's kind of echoing the general feeling of the audience who watch the film as well. It's probably worth watching for a laugh, especially if you're a comic book fan. And I gather they're making another Captain America fairly soon to be part of the Avengers, and it certainly can't be anything but better than this. Okay, next, one of the Batman films, and I think you all know which one it's going to be. It's Batman and Robin. It came after the very good Batman, the dark but very good Batman Returns, and the, yeah, okay, Batman Forever. But then came Batman and Robin, and what an arse of a film it was. Seriously, directed by Joel Schumacher. I can kind of see what he was going for. He was going for a summer blockbuster with cool special effects and big name stars like Arnold Schwarzenegger. He was going for kind of a campiness in the 1960s Batman series, TV series, and going for kind of a piss take. And the thing in the end sort of lands in the middle of all of them and doesn't manage to accomplish any of the things it set out to do. It's just awful. The acting is terrible. The special effects are maybe intentionally bad, but they're still bad. It's just embarrassing. Arnold Schwarzenegger just looks confused with the entire thing and just spouts terrible puns. Uma Thurman just looks thoroughly embarrassed, and George Clooney in a recent interview said that he didn't even remember doing it. So that's obviously a traumatic memory that he's blocked out of his mind. But everyone knows how bad Batman and Robin is. It's well known. Next we've got Charlie's Angels, Full Throttle. Oh god. Oh god. Why did I ever start doing this video in the first place? All these horrific memories I'm revisiting. Okay, so the first Charlie's Angels film, back in the day, I thought was actually quite fun. I thought it was good, kind of light-hearted, piss-take, tongue-in-cheek. And then the sequel came out and just blew all that to bollocks. I only saw it once at the cinema, actually. So why did I buy it on DVD, you ask? Because I'm mentally ill. That's why. Because I have Charlie's Angels 1 on DVD, and it was looking all lonely on the shelf without its sequel. So I thought I'd buy the sequel, even though I haven't actually watched it since buying it. I remember watching it in the cinema with a clenched arse out of pure embarrassment. Next we have Thunderbirds. And yeah, I know it's a kids' film, but I used to love Thunderbirds, and it had such potential to be really, really cool, be like a really cool, colourful kids' summer film. And basically it just turned out being a shit rip-off of Spy Kids with these three kids in it. They were the kind of the main characters in it. And the rest of the Thunderbirds are really cool for like the first 10 minutes. You see them all in action. And then they all get stranded and the kids have to save them. And it's pretty embarrassing. Directed by Jonathan Frakes, Riker from Star Trek The Next Generation, as you may know him. Some of the special effects are decent. The vehicle design, that kind of thing, is really cool. So it's just a shame that it was such a missed opportunity. Cause I think this could have been like a really good franchise if they'd stuck more faithfully to the characters of the Thunderbirds. But there's just really stupid humour in it all throughout. The Brains. That's Brains' kid called, oh, I don't know, McFuckety or something, who knows. And the other kind of pre-pubescent High School Musical type bastards who ruined my childhood memories. Then we've got Jaws. No, please don't flame me. Hang on, wait, listen to what I've got to say. Not Jaws the original, not even Jaws 2, which wasn't quite as good, not even Jaws 3, Jaws 3D, which is still piss poor. I'm talking about Jaws the Revenge, Jaws 4, starring Michael Caine and some other people as well, in which the shark from the original film has a vendetta against Thingy's family, the guy in the first film, Roy Schneider. It tries to hunt down and kill his family because Roy Schneider killed its mate or something in the first film. I think that's what the story's about. I just remember it being absolutely ridiculous, and I don't think that sharks have the capacity to understand revenge, as far as I know. I know they can't swim backwards. And they're pretty intelligent creatures, but I don't think they hold a grudge as far as I remember. So it's the whole concept behind the film stupid. It looks like a badly made TV movie, and it's rightfully derided, even by fans of the original, of which I am one, because I love Jaws. That's it. Not too many, but I do tend to buy DVDs that I enjoy rather than ones that make me feel physically ill. So I have got kind of a limited collection of awful films, thankfully. So I shall see you in a future video where I shall be spouting bollocks about something or other. Alright, so take it easy. Thanks everyone for subscribing, and I shall see you soon. Bye bye.